Hi mamas, welcome to another episode of Mommy Monday. My name is Angel. If you all are new to the channel, I would like to welcome you. Thank you so much for stopping by and subscribing. It really means a lot to us. Today I just want to talk to you ladies and just give you some tips for the overwhelmed mom. I think that sometimes when we hear that word or when we feel overwhelmed, a lot of times we feel like it's a bad thing. Like it's, oh my gosh, I can't feel this way. And it's a guilt sometimes that comes with actually feeling that way. But feeling overwhelmed is completely normal. It's normal. And so sometimes, you may feel overwhelmed once every blue moon. Sometimes you may be feeling overwhelmed every day. So I just want to give and share some tips with you ladies. If you are currently overwhelmed, or you may not even be overwhelmed right now, but you may have been overwhelmed last week, or you may be approaching a week that might be kind of stressful. I just want to give you ladies some tips on what to do when you are feeling overwhelmed. So if you are interested, you would like to hear some of these tips, stay tuned. So the very first tip that I have here is to pray and worship. My husband and I are followers of Christ. We are believers. And for us, it is so important to make sure that we have prayer and worship, throughout our lives, throughout our day. I know that for myself, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, sometimes I just know that I just need to just take a step back from everything, and I just need to go before my Heavenly Father. And a lot of times I've also found that not only praying releases it, because you're able to cast your cares onto the Lord. You can vent to God. You can talk to God about what's going on. Prayer is a conversation. So you are able to say, like, God, Dad, whatever you call him, you're able to say to him, Lord, I need you. I need you to help grace me for this. I need you to help strengthen me because I'm feeling weak right now. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling impatient, and I feel like I just want to just take all these toys and just throw them across the room. You need to be able to get before the Lord and to be able to talk to him, and then to be able to listen and receive from him. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're in a space where you're not going to really be able to receive. So you really need to go before the Lord and cast your cares onto him, and worship as well. Turn on some worship music. And, sometimes I put on worship music, and my son, he loves worship music. And I'll put it on and I just start going before the Lord and just lifting my hands and just praising him. And sometimes I'll just lay out on the floor, and it just feels so good to just be able to release that, and then to just be able to bask in his presence and just, reflect on how awesome and amazing he is, and just everything he's done and everything he's doing. So prayer and worship is, I believe, highly important when you're feeling overwhelmed. A video on 10 tips on how to spend quality time with God while being a stay-at-home mom. So I will link that video in the description box down below if you ladies would like to check that out as well. Tip number 2 is to relax. Relax. And I know that this is easier said than done. So when I say relax, what I mean is sometimes you just need to take a break. And I know y'all probably like, Angel, how do you do that? Trust me, I know what you're talking about, okay? Because it's hard to take a break, especially like when you're in our situation, you don't have family around, or, that lives near you or anything like that. It's really hard to take a break. But when I say take a break, what I mean is take a break even with your kids around. Take a break if you're feeling overwhelmed and it's like, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff to do. The laundry's over here, the house is a mess, whatever. Take a minute and lounge out with your kids. Take a minute and watch TV show, an episode of your favorite TV show. Take a minute, to just eat a snack and indulge in something. Take a break and just relax. It's okay if you spend 30 minutes, you know, and you're feeling really overwhelmed, you're spending those 30 minutes, you know, watching, you know, something of a comedy, or, you know, just taking that time and just snuggling up with your child, you know, on the bed while it's all of these clothes that you have to fold. It's okay to take a break. Relax. You're not going to get everything done perfectly all the time. And sometimes we have to remember that, okay, I'm doing the best, you know, that I can. So make sure that you just relax. Tip number 3, prioritize. Map out a plan, write out a to-do list, and stick to it. Get the most important things done first, and then tackle each task one at a time. So a lot of times what I do in the morning is I create, or the night before, I create a to-do list. What all do I have to do in this day? And I put it on the side of the refrigerator, and I'll just write down and have little boxes beside it. And as I'm going throughout my day, then I'll check off the things that I've accomplished. That has helped me so much, instead of trying to keep everything in my mind. And that's the thing, when you have to prioritize, you make sure that you write everything down, create a to-do list, map out a plan, because sometimes we're feeling overwhelmed because we're trying to keep everything in here, and you're trying to think about all the things you have to do, and you're trying to remember all of these things. And the other day I had to cancel an appointment for my husband, totally forgot about it, because I knew I had to do it, but I had so much other stuff going on. So I knew when I started writing things down, okay, now I'm actually checking off things off my to-do list, and I'm remembering things better, and I'm able to release some of that stuff because I'm not having to hold it all in my brain 24/7. So make sure that you prioritize, map out things that are the most important that you need to get done first. Do those big things, knock those out the list, and then just, you know, tackle everything else accordingly, and just go ahead and, you know, have a plan and have a to-do list so that you don't have to keep everything inside of you. Tip number 4, create a system and stick to it. So this is kind of similar to the tip before, but this is just create a system. Create a system that works well for your home, that works well for your day-to-day, whether that is a routine, whether that's a schedule. Create a system that is conducive for your family and your family's needs. Make sure that you are consistent with this system. The same thing with my son's bedtime routine, and how I got him to fall asleep every night before 8 p.m. is because we created a system and we stuck to it. And so I also have that video down in the description box below if you ladies want to check that out as well. And I'm also going to be talking more about different things like creating a system and different things and organization and all of those things on my new video series called The Habits of a Homemaker. And if you all don't see the video for that, the introduction video for that up today, you will see it tomorrow. I'm so excited about this series, and I'm going to go into more depth. So make sure that you are subscribed to this channel so that you can get all of the notifications and all of the things for when I do the videos about these great topics. Tip number 5, reach out to someone you can trust to build you up. So, you know, whether that is, you know, your husband, which hopefully you can trust your husband to build you up. But, you know, whether it's your husband, whether it's a girlfriend of yours who, you know, she has kids around the same age, or she may have children who are older and she's kind of been through it before. Whoever it is that you can reach out to, that you know you're going to get some support when you speak to them. Reach out to someone, because sometimes, you know, you may feel a certain way, and you reach out to someone that you can trust, and you know that person is going to build you up. You know that person is going to pour into you, and you feel so much better after talking to them. You know, and they're able to just, you know, to help you. And sometimes it's like, look, relax. I'll tell you some things that helped me. I started breastfeeding. I didn't know what I was doing. And one of my friends, who happens to be Joelle's godmother, she came over and she showed me how to breastfeed, okay? And after that, I caught on just like that. She showed me. I knew what to do afterwards, and I never had a problem ever since then. That was the first week that he was born, and we have been breastfeeding pro champions ever since then. So thanks, girl. But yeah, reach out to someone. Reach out to someone, because it's always great to have that support system around you. Tip number 6, cater to you. I'm gonna repeat that again. Cater to you, okay? Now, this can be hard. Trust me, I know. But sometimes catering to you doesn't mean that you can have a whole day to yourself, and, you know, your time allows that, and, you know, you have arrangements where you can do that. That's great. For me, I don't have that kind of hookup. So these are for my ladies as well who you're like, okay, look, I don't have, a lot of family. I don't have people who can watch my child. Cater to you when your child is asleep, whether they're taking a nap or it's at nighttime or whatever. Go ahead and run you a nice hot bath with some bubbles, put some candle lights on, put some relaxing music on, and you relax, you soak up. Paint your toenails. Let's see, you can do your hair, do your makeup one day, in a really, extravagant way. Put on some new clothes or different things. Do things that will help you feel good about yourself. I cannot tell you, like, sometimes I feel so much better just by doing simple things like, doing a new hairstyle or, putting on a different shade of lip gloss or just those things like that just help you, just spruce your stuff up and it kind of builds your spirit. So make sure that you are catering to you because you are important. You are important, mama. And the final tip, number 7, reflect on the joy of your blessings. Be grateful for what you have. And sometimes, sometimes when we're feeling overwhelmed, we forget about, the joy that we have. The fact that we are so blessed with everything that we have. Because feeling overwhelmed, sometimes if you don't tackle it and you don't reach out to someone or you don't, you're not able to just kind of like pour, and if you don't cast those cares onto the Lord, that feeling of being overwhelmed is going to turn into stress. And that stress can turn into other things like anger and, impatience and depression, and all of those things if you don't tackle it early on. Great to just reflect and just think about, how blessed you are, and think about, your child. And sometimes when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I look at old videos and old photos of Joel when I was pregnant with him or when, he was a newborn or an infant. And I just almost start getting teary-eyed and I just get all emotional. And I'm just like, God, I'm just so grateful. Thank you so much. And I just, I reflect on all of the amazing things and just the joy that he brings to my life. And it just gives me even a greater love and appreciation for my family than I had before. So just make sure that you reflect, on the joy of your blessings. So I hope that this video was helpful to you ladies. I hope that these tips, were able to help you all out during those times when you are just feeling overwhelmed or those times when you're feeling a little burned out. Know that I am praying for you mamas, and that praying that God continues to grace you and continues to strengthen you on this beautiful journey of motherhood. I love you ladies so much. Once again, thanks for watching. If you all have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, please leave them down in the comment section below. Like I said, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you can get all of the new alerts for the new videos I'm coming up with. I have some awesome things in store for you guys. I'm super excited about this new video series that's going to be coming out. I'm really passionate about it. So I hope that you all enjoy it as much as I do. If you all have any topics that you want me to discuss, remember, please leave them in the comment section below. Or you can email us as well if you want to be a little more private at faithlivingwiththejacksons@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Love you all so much. Mwah. Bye.